Hello, sophomores. I'm sorry I cannot be here today. Unfortunately, the reason why I can't be in school today for your class is because my child care situation is not taken care of, and I have to go and get my kids off the bus. And that's why I can't teach today and why I made this video. So here are my kids. I'm going right now, and I am actually driving to go pick them up off the school bus and bring them home. Man, aren't they cute? Of course they're good looking. They're my kids. All right, so let's get started with our do now. What you may do right now is you may take out your graphic organizers if you haven't done so already, have them out in front of you, and right now circle the two topics that are going to become your body paragraphs for this paper. So we can have our teacher who's covering for me, and thank you very much, pause this and take about 30 to 45 seconds to pick the two topics where you have the most evidence and you believe these will make your strongest body paragraphs. You may do that now. All right, we're in our last days of our chapter. I hope you have two good topics picked out there. Chapter 2, Early Agricultural Societies and Empires in the Foundations Era. We will be typing tomorrow and possibly on Wednesday as well. Our essential question, which we are answering in this paper, is what caused early agricultural societies to grow and develop? And our objectives for today, I gotta move. Whoa! Okay, I think I'm okay here. Our objectives over there, as you can see, are choose topics and create a claim topic sentence for two body paragraphs using evidence from your graphic organizer. You're also going to be able to evaluate and use the best possible evidence for your topic in your body paragraph from your graphic organizer. And finally, you're going to create explanations for evidence to use and connect in the modern day. So let's go ahead and get started on our graphic organizer. You've already circled two of these, which you're going to be using of your topics for your body paragraph. So now, flip the page down here, and we are going to look at what our two body paragraphs are. All right, and now we're going to look at A and B, which are our prompts. So what you're going to do right now is put your topic that you picked, your first one for A right here, whether that's technology, state building, go ahead and write that in. And when you're done, put your second topic down here. These are the two topics that you are going to be writing at. Go ahead and write those in now. And after you write them in, we're going to work on making these into a topic sentence. So get those two topics written in here. If our teacher needs to pause it, you can, or we can just keep going. So look at your first topic right here, topic claim. We're going to be answering A, which says explain one major cause of growth and development of early agricultural societies in the Foundation Era. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your topic you wrote here, and you're going to take the main words and combine them together. So why don't you take about 40 seconds to circle the main words in A right here. Go ahead and do that while our teacher pushes pause. And you can do that right now. Circle the main words right there that you will use in your sentence right here. There we got my main word, technology. If I'm looking at these main words here, I might have major cause, growth and development, early agricultural societies are words that are going to show up in my topic sentence. So I might start with my claim, technology, which is basically the one I'm going to pick, and I would put something like technology was a major cause for growth and development of early agricultural societies. So I'd write down something like that right here under my topic sentence. Something like technology was a major cause for growth and development in early agricultural societies. If I write that one down, I'm probably going to get about a 3 out of 4 if I do that, because I'm basically taking my topic and connecting it to the prompt, which is up here for A. So why don't you take about 1 minute and you can make your decision. Do you want to just write a 3.01, a quick one for your topic sentence? That'll work. Or you can try to get those 4 points and make it a little better to get you closer to that 375, 425 range. So if our teacher could pause this for 1 minute, why don't you go ahead and write your topic sentence down. Okay, now that you've written that topic sentence, why don't you compare that, read it out loud with a person who is sitting next to you. Go ahead and read them out loud. And our teacher can pause this for about 30 seconds while you do that. Okay, now that you've compared with your partner, I just put one up here. I made one real quick, and this is my topic sentence. It says, technology was one of the biggest causes of growth and development in the early agricultural societies during the Neolithic Revolution. So if I look at this, I changed a few words. I didn't use foundation era. I used Neolithic Revolution. I didn't say major cause. I said one of the biggest causes. So I changed it up a little bit. I made it my own. I would probably give this one about a 3.5 out of 4. It's a little more original. I put a few of my own words in there. So this probably gets a 3.5 and a 4. For this one, if you just put technology was a major cause of growth and development in the early agricultural societies, period, you're going to get about a 3 out of 4. It'll work. It's your 2005 Toyota Camry of topic sentences. It'll work. It'll get you where you go, but it's not that exciting. In the future papers, that'll probably get you a 2.5 out of 4. Okay, so we'll have to make changes, but not on this paper yet. All right, let's repeat our same steps for the next claim and topic sentence. So why don't you right now look at your claim B and look at the major words here. B is the exact same thing, another major cause of growth and development in early agricultural societies. So why don't you take about 1 minute to take your topic and make that into a topic sentence. And with our awesome teacher who's instructing today, could you pause this video and let the students do that? Okay, now that you've done that, that you have your claim here already picked and you have your topic sentence, read it out loud with the student next to you. Go for it. And again, our awesome instructor, push pause for about 30 to 45 seconds. Okay, you're responsible for these topic sentences. They are going to be worth 4 points each on your paper, so make sure you do a good job on those. You can fix them up if you need to. We'll look at them tomorrow when we are typing. Let's get to our next step, which is our site-specific evidence. So here's what you're going to do. Look at your topic and whatever you picked, whether it was technology, social structures, culture, state building, all these are good topics that could work for your paper. Now what you may do is you may go and you may find your, I would say, it says here you need 2 or 3 really strong details. I would find at least 4. Whenever I see something that says 2 to 3, I put 4. I just want to make sure I get the best points, the most I can. Find your 4 details from one of these topics that you picked, and you may put that right here where it says site-specific evidence. So again, our instructor, you can pause this for about 2 minutes so our students can do that. That would be awesome. And go ahead. Now that you've had time to do that on your own, you may compare and share your evidence with the person next to you. It should take about 45 seconds, 2 minutes max. If our awesome teacher could let the students do that, that would be awesome. So just pause the video. And now for the last part, our explanation. Now we got all our evidence down here. Explanations are basically saying why something is significant, why it's so important. So I like to start off with this is significant because, or this is important because, this is extremely significant in this era. I like the word significant to be used there, or I like it better than important. You may use significant. If you can find a better word, go for it. I might say something like this is significant because, well then where do I have to go? You know, I'm going to go back to my context in here. This is significant because, why is technology significant? Oh, I know why it's significant. Because having this technology, like those chariots and those weapons that were so cool, allowed people of the early agricultural societies to form states and empires. Oh yeah. Which allowed them to have more laws, which allowed them to advance and led to empires and even to the countries we have today. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. So what do I need to do here? I need to put some information from the context. And if you're struggling, I would say use vocab words when possible. They make you sound smart. You've already gone over them. And then you can also connect to today. Since we're talking about these empires, you can say that led us to have empires, laws, and everything that we have today in our country or countries around the world. So what you may do right now is go look at your context, go look at your vocab words. What are some big things you could put of why it's significant that this happened? And why don't you take about 2 to 3 minutes and our teacher can walk around, see how you're doing, answer some questions, and go ahead and you may begin doing that now. All right, so now why don't you read your, now we've had time to do that, why don't we read our significance that you've already written with the person next to you. So if you have those 2 or 3 minutes to write down your significance, now read what you have with the person next to you, and you may begin doing that now. Press pause, please. All right, let's talk homework now. Your homework for tonight is to do the exact same steps you did for evidence and explanation for your first body paragraph, and you may now do those with the second one. So put about, how many details do we need there? We put 2 to 3, but I say put at least 3 to 4 details in there. Oh, let me bigulate that so we can see it more easily. So put at least 3 or 4 of your best details in there. Don't just fill the paper. Put in your 3 or 4 of your best. This is your best, your greatest hits. All right? And then what we want to put here is we again need you to do your this is significant. There we go. Because, and again, context. Vocab words. And if you can, connect it to today. That is your homework. That's what we're going to be typing up tomorrow. If you're getting nervous about this, I would say, have you done the 4.0 assignment yet online? Because if you do that, you can get yourself 7, 8, 9, 10 points, which would help you pass this thing. All right? So this is the homework assignment for tomorrow. But we're not quite done yet. Let's move on to our next step. We're now going to prepare our introduction. Introduction is what you do to open the paper. This will be the first body paragraph of our paper. And to start it off, we are going to introduce our context. So, to introduce our context, this is like the previously on that we'll see in a lot of TV shows. This is introducing our reader to the era and what's going on in the world in this time. So, what we want to do is we can start off with the era. So you have a couple options here. You can say, oh, let me bigulate that. Here we have 3 ways that you can kind of begin your paper. You can start off just by totally introducing the era and what time period we're talking about. It's a great way to begin papers. In the Foundations era, after the Neolithic Revolution, up until the year 600 BCE, the world. Then what do you do after that? You've got to explain basically what's going on in the world. Give them all the key highlight points like you would see on a previously on a TV show. So let's look at where do we find these key context points. I think, again, we would go back in our packet and would look at the context lecture. And so I could say, in the Neolithic Revolution, no, I said after Neolithic Revolution. After the Neolithic Revolution, there was the beginning of states and empires where they started laws and had advanced weapons and began farming with systematic agriculture. That sounds smart. But all I did was use basically our vocab words that we have in the context that are right there. So here is what you're going to need to do for context to begin your paper. Your context should be about 1, and I'll say max 3 sentences long, and you're explaining what happened in this era. Very quick summary of the key events. So what you're going to do right now is our great teacher is going to pause it, and you're going to try to create 1 to 3 sentences giving the big key highlights of what happened. And start off with the name of the era, in the Foundations era, after the Neolithic Revolution. Look at your context and put the big events in there. Let's do it this way. You can work with your neighbor, the person next to you, as long as you're working. And for our substitute teacher, if you look behind me, you'll see Hammurabi back there. If people aren't really doing a good job, you may use Hammurabi. The students know what we're talking about. All right. Seriously, though, work with the person next to you and create 1 to 3 sentences which basically are giving the key highlights of what happened in this era. And you may begin now. Okay, do your best with the context. Have that 1 to 3 sentences. We can go over it a little bit tomorrow, but make sure you're ready because we are going to be typing tomorrow. Last step, we have to restate the prompt right here in this box. Restate the prompt in your own words as a sentence. Take this prompt right here. What caused early agricultural societies to grow and develop in the Foundations era? And you need to turn this just into a regular sentence and write it here. Something like, there were many causes of early agricultural societies to grow in the foundation